What do you got there, Matty? Looks like you brought a meat cleaver to a knife fight.
Mate, this is Japan's finest supercar, the Nissan GTR. The volume's been turned up to 11 by NISMO.
Japan's finest supercar, surely a jest. This is Honda's second generation super hybrid NSX, 28 years in the making.
Mate, we'll see about that. I'm taking yours.
All right.
Honda's second generation NSX arrives down under after years of development and procrastination, the turbo petrol and electric hybrid supercar arriving as a modern competitor to the now 10-year-old GTR. Though we should point out that this isn't any ordinary GTR. The NISMO enhanced GTR tested here is essentially a road-going GT3 car, and one that brings more power and torque, even stiffer suspension and a more rigid body, and increased aerodynamic downforce to the fore. But just how the two perform away from the racetrack was of interest to our test team, who were keen to find out just how the pair hold up on meandering Aussie backroads.
Geez, Matty wasn't wrong about winding up the volume. Everything about this GTR is loud. The body kit, the engine noise, the tyre noise, the wind noise, even the dash rattle is loud, but by God it's fast.
I just can't get over how quiet and refined this car is compared to the GTR. It's got more bells and whistles than Santa Claus, 3 electric motors, 4 drive modes and a 9-speed dual clutch transmission. And the best part of all of it, it all works really well together. Mind you, $420,000. It's a lot of money for a Honda. Our road drive took us through roads familiar to the Motoring.com.au test team. Not always kind to cars of the calibre shown here, they do however sort the wheat from the chaff, and are quick to show chassis and power delivery imperfections not always noticed on the racetrack.
And if you thought the standard GTR was firm, get a load of this NISMO. Even in comfort mode, it's that hard, it feels like it's going to pitch you off the road at any mid-corner bump. But on a smooth surface like a racetrack, it's got unbelievable grip and power down traction. That's where it's really in its element. But in a straight line and out of corners, the grip and acceleration of this thing is just mind-blowing, which is what you'd expect for a 440 kilowatt Nissan that costs $300,000. That's over $100,000 more than the standard GTR.
Though the GTR's price tag pales against that of the NSX. At $420,000 plus on-road costs, it's clearly the dearest Japanese supercar we've ever had on test. I've got to admit, this thing's really easy to drive quickly. There's just so much grip, so much feedback through the steering and so much modulation through the brake pedal. The 2-mode suspension is just so compliant. This thing is as easy to live with on Punt Road as it is hooking around a racetrack. I've got to admit, as much as I love that raw, unadulterated power of the GTR, this NSX really does step it up when it comes to refinement, technology and drivability. The NISMO is angry and in your face, but the 2-seat mid-engined NSX is smarter, more subtle, but just as brutally quick. It really is an iron fist in a velvet glove.
But in the right hands, the GTR NISMO is quicker than the NSX at the drag strip and around pretty much any racetrack. But there's not much in it, and the bumpier the surface, the greater the Honda's advantage. In fact, if you're anything like me, you'll be quicker in the NSX on almost any road and intimidated by the NISMO.
By now, the divide between young and old was starting to show, and no, I'm not talking about our road testers. The Honda's design age gives it a multi-talented cutting-edge advantage over the gruff and mumbo of the GTR, whose narrower focus and old-school tech clearly favour the racetrack. Yes, a day on the road clearly shows supercar ownership isn't all about track times and horsepower.
So there you have it, Japan's 2 finest super coupes, both powered by a turbo V6 driving all 4 wheels and both capable of smashing the 0 to 100 in less than 3 seconds.
But that's about where the similarities end, because for most people on most roads, there's nothing else from Japan that's as quick as Honda's new NSX, and there's certainly nothing that's as quick, capable and rewarding.
It's not cheap, and less than a handful will grace Aussie roads this year. But there's no doubt about it, Honda's new NSX is the king of Japanese supercars.